Chris Janson ranks as one of the most respected artists on the country music horizon these days. His unique wit shines through such hit singles as Buy Me a Boat and his current single, Fix a Drink. Yet, at the same time, he can also touch plenty of emotions via lyrically potent and varied compositions such as Holdin' Her and Drunk Girl, making for one of the most well-rounded musical careers in the genre today. As great as his recorded moments are, there is nothing like seeing Chris Janson live in concert. The singer demonstrates a flair for the energetic each time he takes to the stage, whether headlining on his own, or opening for acts such as Sam Hunt, or even in television performances as his riveting take on Shel Silverstein's The Cover of the Rolling Stone from the recent SCM Honors special on CMT. Here are 10 moments of Janson's young career that serve as the template for a career that continues to attract more fans. By the day, see more: Billy Ray Cyrus, Brett Young, Chris Lane, Chris Young, Colt Ford, Dierks Bentley, Easton Corbin, Florida Georgia Line, Gordon Lightfoot, Hank Williams, Jaco and Jerry Lee Lewis, John Denver, John Party, Casey Musgraves, Kane Brown, K.D. Lang, Keith Whitley, Kelsey Ballerini, Chris Christopherson, Locash, Luke Bryan, Maren Morris, Martina McBride, Merle Haggard, Oak Ridge Boys, Patsy Cline, Scotty McCreery, Tanya Tucker, Willie Nelson, Zach Brown Band 10. Chris Janson till a women comes along. Though the mainstream world of country music hadn't caught on to the undeniable talent of Chris Janson when he released this song in 2010, there was a simmering confidence to this performance all about the positive effect a woman can have on a man's life that was very apparent to anyone who heard it. The first Chris Janson song to hit the charts, this track showed that the promise was there even early on in his career trajectory. 9. Chris Janson, The Power of Positive Drinkin'. After the success of Buy Me a Boat, Janson released this bouncy number about a man who tries to escape the pitfalls in his life with a simple run to the corner bar. After all, you've got to find a way to cope, right? 8. Chris Janson, Fix a Drink. The world has its problems, ranging from political strife to the always troubled economy. For the Chris Janson song that became his second top 10 hit, the singer admits that he might not be able to solve many of the world's problems, but perhaps he could convince people to lay aside their differences just long enough to toss one back, and see just how similar they might actually be. 7. Chris Janson, Under the Sun. It's highly recommended that if you haven't seen a Chris Janson live performance, it's something that you need to do. He's one of the most electrifying performers in the format today. At the same time, you will also get a bit of a history lesson, as the singer routinely peppers his set with songs from artists such as Haggard, Hank, Alabama, and Keith Whitley. The influence of the latter can be heard on this Chris Janson song from Buy Me a Boat that definitely has an 80s flair to it that would have been right at home in the era of Miami and 10 Feet Away. 6. Chris Janson, Better I Don't. While Janson is on the more traditional side of country these days, the singer also has a swagger that is quite infectious, especially on raucous cuts such as this 2013 single that represented the first Chris Janson song appearance in the country top 40. He gets to showcase his wry sense of humor in this song, as well. 5. Chris Janson, White Trash. It's an age-old sentiment, but Janson teamed up with veteran tunesmith Casey Beathard to pen this winning number about those who grew up, and possibly stayed on the wrong side of the tracks. There's a definite sense of pride about knowing where you come from, and Janson seemed to relish each and every moment of standing up for his heritage. 4. Chris Janson, Redneck Life. On this standout cut from Janson's latest disc Everybody, the singer proclaims that he is a product of his surroundings. The singer co-wrote the rollicking track with Mitch Oglesby. Look for this song to become a single at some point, as it has become a crowd favorite. 3. Chris Janson, Buy Me a Boat. The success of this song proves that you can never quite guess what is going to happen in the music business. A week before winter became spring in 2015, Janson self-released this song about a man in deep financial distress hoping for a brighter day. Radio powerhouse Bobby Bones took an immediate interest in the song, and fan reaction swelled. By fall, Janson was releasing his Warner Brothers debut album, and the Missouri native was on his way to the big leagues. 2. Chris Janson, Drunk Girl. The strongest moment on Janson's Everybody disc came about as a result of this collaboration with Tom Douglas and Scooter Caruso's. The lyrics take an unusual twist to a man in the position of possibly being able to hook up with his dream girl in her altered state, yet the singer decides to go a different route, taking the thought process that if fireworks were ever to take place, they needed to happen with a clear mind. 1. Chris Janson, Holdin' Her. Any conversation with Janson will typically include a reference to his wife, Kelly, who also serves as his co-manager. The couple qualifies as a case of one that has crafted their story, career and personal, together, and loves to share their affection and respect for each other. Janson tipped the creative hat to his spouse with this loving tribute, which made the top 20 on the country airplay charts in 2016.